Hi everyone, thanks for coming back for Watercolors with Pepper. I'm Pepper, and based off of if you've been watching all of my videos or just some of them, my last Making Comics with Pepper, I was talking to my writer and I showed an image called for Chapter 2, Part 2 of my comic that I do with him called Campfire Stories of Lake Kiki Poppy, Chapter 2, Part 2. In this cover, it had a focus of the main character from the ghost story that is being told at the campfire story, whose name is Billy. The year is 1973, so I chose a lot of the coloring, a lot of the different ways of drawing it and everything like that based off of the time period that he's supposed to be a part of. The main thing that I want everyone to take away from this is there is a difference between doing cover art and internal art, and since this is a watercolor video, I want to give you a heads up. I do not finish the image in this video. It's going to be a several-parter. So just keep that in mind, and we can get started. So the first thing I want to talk about is where the inspiration for this piece of cover art came from. This is actually based off of a panel inside the story of Chapter 2, Part 1. This is right before the end, but not so far that it'll give away the ending. So why is this important? Well, Billy is this character who is an amateur and a child cryptozoologist. And well, I say that out loud, and you'll learn that in the actual chapter. We've said it in other things, so I think it's pretty well established that that's what we're doing with this character. The other thing is what I like about this character and about this image in general is I had a very descriptive panel that I had to do. And I felt like it should have been a very large piece of artwork. And I use the term artwork because the front cover image is more of an artwork piece rather than a internal sequential art piece where you have to show movement and you have to do certain things and you have to have like a little bit cleaner stuff. Now, the comic inside this is going to be digitally painted, whereas the cover is watercolor for this particular chapter of the Campfire Stories of Lake Kiki Poppy. Now, I say that for one particular reason, and that is because if you look internally, not always will the internal art and the external art match. There are several people who specifically do comics, comic book covers more specifically, a lot more often than they do internal comic book pages, which is the sequential art of the pages. And there's a huge factor of the reasons why people choose to do this, why people like doing it, that sort of deal. The one thing that I do like about this particular one is that it's going to showcase that it is a cover piece. There's enough differences from the story to make it relate to the story, but there's also enough differences to be its own separate piece. And this is more of an intention grabber. This is not necessarily something that I would do in the like this much detail in a sequential art piece because I have more images on the page to get through, and if I spend all my time just on this one particular panel and try to translate that whole entire image all the way down into a single panel, a whole bunch of information would get lost. It would look muddy, it would look bad, it would not look good. But as a cover art piece, you can showcase all of that. You can showcase the storytelling in the image. You can showcase pretty much everything about what you want out of it in this one image. And the thing is with sequential art, you can't do that. You're doing one specific scene in the image, and it doesn't always, tell a complete story. It tells a partial story, and this is more of a full story piece. Like, all you'll know is when it's finished is you'll see the differences that I'm talking about. Check out my social media, and you will find the images of the most recent painted cover, which I did in this video, on Instagram. For sure. Twitter just links back to Instagram, so just, check it out on Instagram. Otherwise, go ahead from here, listen to some music, and I will see you at the end. Bye.
Strap me in my golden armor, deck me out in leopard skins. I will cross 100 rivers, I will outshine all the kids. Make me a conqueror, make me a king. Strap me in my golden armor, and I'll command the birds to sing. The sun will be my servant, I will tell the moon to rise. Make him push and pull at my beck and call. You can tumble with the tide, it will all be mine. So make me a conqueror, make me a king. Deck me out in leopard skins and hear my armor's golden ring. Make me a conqueror, and I'll roll back the sea. Make a sandbar of the Atlantic, you can walk where you please. Cover me in leopard skins and I'll beat the trees to grow. The stars will fall to light your driveway because I told them so. So make me a conqueror, make me a king. The universe will lay at your feet, and all I'll need to do is strap on my golden armor, ignore my buried sins, and with my blazing helmet, my face, my hands, my chin, aflame with beacon gold, I will pour the whole world down to warm your hands when it gets cold. Alabaster eyes and saccharine smile make me wide-eyed and deep-brived. Your curls unfurl in a black swirl, they cascade on my chest. I will drip down your spine, I will take what's mine, and I will float away to the Hotel Atlantico, that's where I'll be. Hotel Atlantico, you're just for me. Hotel Atlantico, oh, oh, oh. Hotel Atlantico, oh, oh. We are an isthmus, the Salesmen lonesome, and I am lonesome, yes, es hermosa, and I feel so powerless. You are voluptuous, I wish this is a dream would last forever. I wish I could succumb to you forever. At the Hotel Atlantico, that's where I'll be. Hotel Atlantico, you're just for me. Hotel Atlantico, oh, 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 Hotel Atlantico, oh, oh, oh. Your clothes lie on the floor, and you look so tired. But I know a place where you can rest your head, and you think you were my first love. But you are wrong. You were the only one that's come and gone. That's come and gone. That's come and gone. It's come and gone, 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 it's come and gone. At the Hotel Atlantico, that's where I'll be. Hotel Atlantico, you're just for me. Hotel Atlantico, oh, 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 oh. Hotel Atlantico, oh.
So, just wanted to check back in before the video ended. As you can see, I did that lovely night sky, and I'm kind of fiddling around with the socks of the character right now because, you know, I can do that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I like this part of the process, and have a good night. Bye. Hi. Welcome to making blah. I should put that at the end.